Good morning. Good morning. So we're going to get started. We are now streaming live on Facebook. So just so you all know, this is on our Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. So if you guys are here live, feel free to go to our Facebook page and share it. Today we're going to be talking about, our presentation is going to be me talking about how you can take advantage of the chamber during this time. So I've heard a lot of great discussions we had prior to coming on. So about some of the challenges that some of our businesses are facing when it comes to the coronavirus. So those are the types of things that we're going to be talking about, how we can provide assistance, and in addition to how we continue to promote business that is still in operation today. So those are the type of things that we're going to go over. Before I do that, we want to do our normal chamber business at breakfast stuff. I want to have a little bit different agenda today. So one of the things that we're planning on doing, instead of doing a 30-second commercial like we normally do, what I love is to get your feedback on how you as an individual are handling the coronavirus, or you as a business is handling the coronavirus. How has it impacted you? So that would be the 30-second that I'd like you to prepare. So think about that briefly. Try to keep it within 30 seconds, but just give a brief synopsis on how your business has been affected by the coronavirus, because this is going to help in the stuff that we're going to be talking about later as well. So with that, we'll get started with our Pledge of Allegiance. Jeff was kind enough to provide a flag for us. So Jeff, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the
of the
United States
United States of America
and to
and
the
to the
republic
republic
for which it
for which it stands,
one
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 nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Well, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
It does. And then Drew, would you mind doing an invocation for us this morning?
Yes, I'd love to. Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, we just ask you and pray to you that you'll come to us at these times and give us peace and comfort, knowing that you're in control of this whole situation, and that you'll give us exactly what we need. It may not be what we want, but exactly what we need to survive, Lord. We ask that you be with our businesses as we go about the rest of our year. We ask that you be with us as we get through this mess, and just help coordinate us and keep us safe and healthy. We ask this all in your mighty name. Amen. Amen.
All right. Thank you, Drew. So again, thank you all for coming today. We have a brief opportunity for announcements. So if you have any public announcements that you would like to get out there, please let me know.
Zab, Terry here.
Hi, Terry.
So if you guys know, I think it's been sent out Chamber. Vicky's hosting an event this evening again. It's called Do You Neo. You can go to doyouneo.com/register. It's how to do business from home. So she's helping businesses in every arena, whether hairdressers or massage therapists. She's providing strategies to reinvent your business, so to speak, because the new norm, we don't know what it's going to be like, but it certainly has changed. So that's tonight at 6 p.m. And they are recorded. You can watch them anytime. And I would encourage you. Last week, she had a phenomenal presenter on regarding one of the most leading people in social media advertising promotion. Just a brilliant guy, one of the top people in the country. He's written a couple books. Actually was in Congress being interviewed with this whole Mark Zuckerberg thing. So very knowledgeable guy. So top people, 6 p.m. And I'll put it in the chat. It's doyouneo.com/register.
Thank you, Terry. Anybody else?
Josh here.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Just want to make an announcement that Holly from Voorhees and Ratzak State Planning Office, and we spent about 2.5 weeks putting together a webinar series, and it's called How to Get Through a Crisis. And we have our first webinar that's coming up Thursday. This is tomorrow, 12:30, and also Friday. So we're going to run it back. The first topic is going to be talking to individuals and families on what they can do and should do right now. So we did a lot of preparation into this. We want to be able to give some practical advice and tips on what kind of action people can take right now. I believe, like Terry said, it's a critical time that we're living in, and now is a time to really stand up and fight and take action. So if any of you guys are interested, it's posted on my Facebook page. And if you're interested, I'd be more than happy to send out the Zoom invite. Thanks.
Thank you, Josh. Anybody else? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. So normally, for those of you that if you haven't been here before, normally what we would do is we'd have an opportunity to give 30-second commercials, give people a chance to talk about their business and what they're doing. We want to change that a little bit today based on our topic and one of the things that we're going to be covering later. So the thing that I want us to do is instead of giving a 30-second commercial, I want us to give a 30-second update on how our business has been impacted by the coronavirus. So it could be positive, could be negative, whatever it is, just give a brief synopsis on your business and the impact that the coronavirus has had on you in particular. Is everybody cool with that? Nod your head so I can say yeah. Okay, cool. All right, thank you very much. I'm going to go in order how it is on my screen. So, and then I'm going to try my best to keep up to date in the chats of who is doing it. So, Robert, I'm going to have you go first. Robert, are you ready?
Yes. All right. Well, how you doing? Robert from Robert's Bariatric Services. And the impact on my business has been minimal because my business has been minimal. So I really haven't had any impact really for that reason. On the personal side, you know, I'm retired and the income is steady, so I can afford to ride this out. I'm not going to apply for any loans. You know, I wouldn't try to do that. So I'm good, but I'm here to help anybody with their recovery or anything that I can be of help to anybody else. In fact, I'm offering my classes free of charge on Zoom. If anybody's interested, you can ask me. But anyway, that's me, Robert.
Thank you, Robert. Rudy, you're up.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. I'm with Golden One Credit Union, as everybody knows. Believe it or not, my business is busier now than it was before the pandemic. It's kind of unusual. Got a lot of past clients calling me to get refinanced. So that's definitely helping. Just working at home naturally, remotely, which is good. Because I'm in the banking industry, I can go to my office too, which is nice. So I've got some opportunities over there also. But so far, so good. The pandemic really hasn't hurt me that much, thank God. So there you go.
Thank you, Rudy. Vivian, I think you might have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Everybody. Our business has changed. We're doing virtual open houses. So basically, we're using Zoom to set the meeting. We invite the people to the link. And basically, you're having your open house from your office. And you have a video, and you can, people are still buying houses, and still people are still listening. A lot of Zoom, a lot of Facebook, you know, a lot of Skype. People are still interested. Land sales have really gone up because, you know, lands are like seeds for a realtor and a farm. So there's still a lot of activity going on, a lot of open houses, a lot of people interested. Some people that want to get off the market are going back on the market. So real estate's really doing good. We're helping. Our office has a Zoom meeting later today at 11:30. We're having last week we had a hat day. Today we're having a mask day. So we're all going to show what kind of mask we use. And so we're reaching out to people. We're still dropping off stuff at doors, sealed, so that they're not, you know, contaminated or anything. So if you guys have any questions, go to our Facebook page, Chino Hills, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And I feel like I'm at the donut shop in the morning when I first came on, because it was nothing but men and they're all talking. My dad said, men are bigger gossipers than women. So one time, tell everybody I enjoyed listening to you guys.
Thank you, Vivian. All right, and then just a reminder, so Drew, you're up next. Just a reminder that we want to try to keep these at 30 seconds. So I know there's a lot to cover when you're talking about this, but try to cover it as condensed as possible when we're doing these. Drew, you're up.
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning, Drew Sasser, Personalized Gifts for You. embroidery, screen printing, and the like. Well, for us, the first couple months of the year were literally dead stop. There was nothing. And then we decided to make a changeover, started making masks. We've been using them in our embroidery machines and actually putting them out. And that's actually helped keep us alive. If it wasn't for that, I think we'd be in real trouble. I think we talked about it earlier about the loans and stuff, and we've filed for every loan that's I could come up with, and there's just nothing happened on that. So for us, we're surviving thanks to the masks. I will post the website for the masks if anybody needs them. I'm doing them with logos and stuff also. So if you need that, let me know.
Drew, what city are you in? Okay, Jim, you're up. There you go, Jim.
All right. I already posted my information. Dog Park Fortuna Hills is a nonprofit, and our organization does not need to bring in money in order to exist. So we're riding it out right now. We had an event that was planned that we had to postpone till July. I'm hoping that by then we may be able to have this wine and cheese event if everybody practices safe distancing. And otherwise, so we're doing really good. I did get a brick sale. That surprised the heck out of me. So I think that people are looking for something to do, and they went on our website and they purchased a brick and asked it to be engraved, and I put it in the order bin. So thank you, everybody. If you're interested, buy a brick.
Thank you, Jim. Terry.
Yeah, so good morning. Our business has been pretty dramatically affected from two things. Lots of calls to our attorneys, overwhelming our phone lines. People have lots of questions about what the laws are, what they can and cannot do, because there's a lot of confusion. So they've kind of overwhelmed, although we do have a lot of technology in our company, so they're available, they're working remotely, but it's been just overwhelming. We've had a number of employee benefit programs I want to cancel their plans because of not having the finances. So the company has offered a 60-day forbearance program so that if people aren't able to make their membership payment, they will put it off for 60 days. You still got to catch it up, but they'll push it off. So it's affected the business. I was looking at my pre-cancel notifications this morning. I don't usually get very many. My retention is like 90%, but I had 4 pre-cancel notifications this morning, and 2 of those are companies that basically are closing up. So it has affected our business. I think there's also been, I've been writing a lot of memberships as well because people are concerned about what's going on. They have legal questions, they have identity theft issues, but definitely affected our business. I'm doing everything remotely. I'm becoming an expert on Zoom. If you guys have any questions, call me. I'm getting pretty good at it. I did a meeting this morning, and I've got several scheduled for today. So trying to conduct remotely, doing our meetings. So that's what's going on with Legal Shield.
Thank you, Terry. Kevin and Rose. You might need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry.
It's okay, you're up.
Okay. All right, good morning.
Here.
I can't hear anybody now.
Good morning, go.
This is.
You're good. All right, we're gonna pause Rose and Kevin and move on to Melissa. Melissa, are you ready? You gotta unmute yourself, I think. There you go.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All
Can
right.
you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, well, good morning, Chamber. Well, I'll give you a perspective twofold. First of all, from Supervisor Hagman, he has been extremely busy. If you don't follow him on social media, you might not be aware, but he is really probably the busiest person that I know at this time. I can tell you that in addition to his duties and keeping up with the county and trying to be a good steward, sure that people have mask and protection that they need in order to live And so I've received some phone calls on that. Kind of surprised to see the actual supervisor show up with a bag of, boxes of those masks for everyone's protection. And our office is open. How it's working is we are each taking one day in the office, and I love that day. I've never been so grateful in my life to have an office to go to. And the rest of the time we're working here from home, which I'm sure you know is difficult, particularly when you have children and or a child whom you're trying to educate at the same time. So obviously that's been a challenge for many, many people, trying to keep everything going. But we are trying to answer all questions, and that means weekends, nighttime, whenever we get a constituent with an issue, we do try and get back to them right away.
Thank you, Melissa. Deanna.
Okay, sorry about that. Good morning. How Infusion Zone Laser Tag Family Fun Center, how it's affect us is our doors are closed. Our doors closed on March 17th. The positive, well, I have to look for a positive. So the positive is that it really forced me to get into my books and look at how all my expenses, and I found some opportunity for savings with some of my expenses. So that's the positive. Another positive also forced us to be creative. So this week we're going to be launching Party in a Box, where we'll deliver a party to the porch. So that's us, Infusion Zone.
Thank you, Deanna.
That's a good idea.
Rachel.
Good morning, everyone. Rachel Arcega here. Just like Drew, our business has been impacted because a lot of our business comes from events. But at the same time, I did have some projects that were ongoing. So I took the time to call a lot of the businesses, email our client list, got some business from there. Just reached out, did a lot of social media, reaching out to groups and reaching out to people. And I created a few events online. Our pajama wine party has been going on for 5-6 weeks now. It's our group of women, leaders of the IE that comes together and support each other. So now we're working on putting together something for everybody that they could learn from and help out. So it's been busy, but it's not the same.
Thank you, Rachel. David.
Well, I'm happy to report that our business is growing by leaps and bounds. Obviously, a lot of people are interested in getting insured against the coronavirus. We do have a specific writer that handles that. So, the other good news is we are 100% zero contact now. So we can do the presentation, we can do the sign up all online with the delivery of the policy electronically. So you don't have to act anything with PFA. It's an amazing stride that we've done. As far as we can tell, we're the first in the industry to do 100% zero contact insurance policy. So it's a very cool thing. So people are very excited about it. So it's a good thing in a way for us. I don't like the way that it's happening, with the community, but you have to take the positives where you can.
Okay, thank you, David. Jeff.
Morning, Chamber. I have 2 businesses that are located in Chino. We have a total of 5 employees. Everybody, we have adapted to the work at home part of it. So that's gone very well for everybody. Our business is down roughly 20 to 30% simply because the product that we get is unavailable from different distributors because either they're closed or shorthanded. We're hoping for a quick recovery once this is done, and that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. And then we have Queenie. You're up next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Queenie Tran, known as Dr. Tran, an optometrist. It's been a while since I've been to a chamber meeting, but our business have been impacted. I the CDC recommend that we cease all routine eye exams. We closed the office on March 20th, I believe. I was still in the office on call to see patients with ocular emergency to keep the ER from overflowing from eye disease and emergency conditions. So we were open just on a call basis, and then for our patients to come pick up glasses. And now we actually have an online contact lens order for the community and our patients who need contacts that cannot, get the contacts to our office. So we're trying to do things online. I did a couple of telemedicine here and there. It's a challenge because, I can't really look at the eye. Sometimes their phone or so forth, it's blurry. So it's very hard to treat and diagnose conditions with telemedicine. But we're hanging in there. I applied to all the loans that I know of and so forth, including the small business one that Zeb sent us from the U.S. Chambers. So, but yeah, so I have two practice that we're closed. We're obviously not getting income the way we were before. So we're hoping that this will not affect us too much when we get out, and hopefully get the loans and so forth, and any grants and things will pick up soon again. So, and then once we pick up, we change a lot of our measures, how to keep social distance, and a lot of masks, and having patients wear masks and gloves and so forth. So we're putting strict protocols and so forth too once we open again.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tran. Chris.
Me, Chris?
Yeah, Chris Kennedy. Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. I didn't think I was off mute. So good morning. Yeah, I'm busy. We, a lot like Zeb, we're fielding phone calls on a regular day, trying to learn as much as we can so we can be informed to help educate all the businesses within the city and the surrounding area. It's a good thing to be helpful. We're enjoying it. It's just, it's a lot of work sometimes, and it's not a 9-to-5 job in any way, shape, or form. We are kind of blessed to be able to work from home and away. Sometimes it's just easier to come in really early, like at 4 o'clock this morning, and start working because I can get a lot done that way. But other than that, miss seeing you guys in person. I hope everyone is well. And we have a couple of new programs coming up that as soon as we have online, we'll be reaching out to the chamber first to make sure you guys know about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Josh.
Hey, everybody. Our office obviously is under quarantine, but it's fully operational. All of our appointments are either taken by phone or webinars now. We have been busy in a sense that I think this is a time where our offices, we're very proactively reaching out to people. People have seen their account, dwindle, in March, and that could be scary. So this is a time to for us to reach out, proactively communicate and educate people in times like this and how to act. So yeah, but all in all, it's been good. I've been traveling between home and the office, but working from home is just not a thing for me. I know that. I know that now. So miss going back to the regular, normal working hours and situations.
Thank you, Josh. Heather.
Just muted, Jeff.
You're on mute, Heather.
Hello.
There you go.
There we go. Good morning, everybody. Heather Nishioka with Chaffey College. We are still trolling along online. The classes are going well. Please spread the word. We're starting registration for our summer session on April 27th. One of the best things that you can do is take some time and take classes online while we're all at home. So I encourage you to further your education. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Heather. And just a reminder for those of you that came in a little bit late, there's 2 things that I want to update you on. Is number 1, we have this going on Facebook Live. So if you get an opportunity to share it, go to your Facebook page, Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, and share that post. And then also the idea for our 30-second commercial this morning is give us an update on how your business has been affected by the coronavirus, whether it be positive, negative, neutral. We want to know how your business has been impacted. So let us know if you can. Jim Maloney, you're up.
Good morning. Can you hear me, Zeb?
Yes.
Maloney, Transamerica Financial Advisors. I know there are some people on the call here. It looks like they have not. So we are a full-service financial broker, And our business has not been affected too much, other than the positive is we're definitely learning how to do things online. I represent 125 insurance companies, and not all of them are up to speed as far as electronically. So, but they're getting there. But we've been open the whole time. We were told by the state of California Department of Insurance that we were essential business. It's pretty much volunteer though, as far as we don't force anybody to go into the office. I'm probably in the office, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. I'm like Josh. I'm not real good working off of my kitchen table. I'm trying to stay, I do have a lot of clients that, like Josh said, about their insurance policies. But I've pretty much stayed, I would say, the same level of business. The other thing that I'm doing, which I would encourage everyone else to do too, is I'm attending a lot of webinars, a lot of, not just about my business, just, how to cope with this, how to stay active, how to keep your business going. There's just so much information out there right now. Even the classes, like Terry was talking about, how to learn how to do Zoom. I didn't know. I had probably done 3 Zooms before this thing started, and I've probably done 30 or 40 since then. So I would encourage everyone just to either learn more about your business in this time, or I think the best thing to do is reach out to people. And I'm not talking about just clients, but friends and families. A lot of people are suffering from depression and loneliness right now. So I would definitely reach out to people that you know, and just kind of ask them how they're doing, kind of like what Zeb's doing right now. So thanks for the time, Zeb.
Thank you, Jim. Renee.
Good morning. My name is Renee Mehta from the United States Census Bureau. Just wanted to let you know that the Chamber, let me wake up, but the Census Bureau is on. It's on our on the website, and a lot of paper questionnaires have been sent out. There has been a lot of changes with the current situation. We've moved from a lot of physical engagement to a lot of virtual engagement. So we are doing a lot more Zoom calls, WebEx calls. Just to let you know, as a U.S. Census employee, I am here to help in any way possible. We do host a lot of webinars, question and answers for your organizations. Anyone needs any help, I can set up a webinar and we can move on from there. But I do really want to give a shout out. Thank you, Zeb. Thank you for the City of Chino Hills. This morning, live response rate for the City of Chino Hills is at 63.2%. Chino is at 55.8%. So numbers are going up, but we really do need to make sure that we get our numbers to 100% because we really need accurate funding and representation. So thank you. And just real quick, before I conclude, is the U.S. Congress has extended the Census Bureau date for 120 days. So the census, instead of getting all our information to the president by December 31st, it has been extended to April 30th. So hopefully that would give time for us to do the group enumeration as well as group quarters operation as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Renee. Kavita.
Hi, everyone. It's Kavita Bhatia at KB Real Estate. Our business has been affected quite a bit. Our businesses, commercial real estate, we help businesses grow into spaces. If they're expanding, we help them find spaces. If they're downsizing, we'll help them find spaces. If they're purchasing, use these spaces for their business, they're purchasing a property for their business. So right now, everything's on a standstill because, as you can understand, nobody is looking to, take new decisions on their business right now. Everything's sort of at pause. So when this thing started, there were deals that I was working on for maybe even like 6, 7, 8 months. And it just, everyone just pressed on the pause button and it was very frustrating. But, again, we're making the best of it. I also moved into a brand new office. I'm actually sitting in my brand new office right now, which is, as you can see, it's empty. I sent everybody home. I told everybody, and we still have furniture in boxes as well. I sent everybody home. I told my assistant, here, take the computer. You work from home so that she can be safe as well. We had another assistant, which for now, it's a receptionist, so we're not getting as many calls as well. So we've made those adjustments. We've had to make, certain adjustments that we weren't necessarily looking forward to doing, but we've had to do it. I miss being in the office. Today I have an appointment in the afternoon. We're not doing that many appointments, but it's nice to be working at the office. Just like Josh, it's really hard to work from home and stay as focused. So, I think a lot of businesses have been affected, and now at the same time, you also understand that for the sake of the community, for the sake of everyone's health, this is also something that was important as well. So, I'm supportive of it. It's been frustrating, but we also think that safety is most important.
Thank you, Kavita. Ann.
Hi, good morning, Chamber. I'm delighted to be here and see everybody's smiling faces this morning. Ann Heisinger Academy Leadership Essentials. My business has been affected. I do seminars, leadership training, and personal performance and transition coaching. And I finished some of the programs that I had that I was working on, and it's been pretty much like everyone else. People are afraid to spend. I do have a couple of new coaching clients, and what I'm doing with my coaching clients and a couple of group things that I'll be doing in the next couple of weeks is talking about the mindset and preparation for being able to move forward in terms of preparing your mindset to move out of the quarantine mindset and into a post-pandemic mindset where we can look to the future and see how the future specifically is going to be different than what we're doing right now. The other thing that I've done to pivot in my business is I'm developing right now a digital online course for nursing homes and assisted livings for keeping staff and patients safe and preventing spread. And as I've told you before, I'm retired a chief nursing officer, and I've been an infection control nurse previously, so I'm using that. And then I've also opened another business. I've started a Juice Plus virtual business because as a registered nurse, I recognize the value of increasing nutrition and especially strengthening the immune system during this particular time. So if anyone's interested in talking about your immune system, I would certainly be interested in helping you with that. And then lastly, I just want to encourage everyone to keep positive and look at new things and new ways that you can start thinking about the future. That's going to be really important. Please be moving, please be eating right, drinking water and getting out and walking and exercise so the blood is flowing. And I know we all feel like we're in prison. Our houses are feeling like 3x3 prison cells. We're all there, but it's really important to get outside, feel the trees, feel the wind blow in your hair, and I did that yesterday and I felt so invigorated. So I really encourage you all to do that. Thank you, Zeb, for what you're doing. I really appreciate that. You're holding everything together, and you're always the glue that keeps things moving. So I very, very much appreciate that.
Thank you, Ann. Valerie.
Good morning, Chamber. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So the city of Chino Hills, we're affected very much like a lot of the businesses. We're doing business in a little different way now as well. There's some things that have to continue as usual. Our public works crews are out doing a lot of projects out in the community. You will see them at work. They are working 5 days a week, and they are really trying to take advantage of the times of less traffic and out there doing many of our street projects and trying to prioritize those above some of the other projects because of having less traffic. We are doing business virtually, like many of you, with our city hall being virtual. And so there is a resource guide on our website on how many of the departments are doing business. We're trying to keep it business as usual, but like many of you, we've had to do quite a bit of business virtually as well. And so our city council is meeting on a regular basis. There has been no cancellation of meetings. And they're doing everything through Zoom like many of you are. It's kind of Zoom on steroids for us because we have a lot of presentations, PowerPoints, things like that. So it's been fun, like you, learning to do Zoom and to execute all those meetings. Also for us, I think the biggest impact is we're as busy as ever because there is a constant flow of information that needs to happen to the community. And we're doing a lot of that via our website like we always do. Also encourage residents to sign up for our e-notifications. Many are signed up, but there's always more that could sign up. And then we're doing a lot through social media. So you should see a constant flow of information. Want to give you our website address, www.chinohills.org/coronavirus. That's where you'll find quite a bit of information. And because we are communicating at the federal, state, county, and city level, there's so much information out there, as you know. And so there are some sub-pages to that main page that will kind of get you to the main bits of information you might be looking for. So just wanted to let you know what we're doing, and we miss seeing everybody in person and doing business in person like you all do, but as you know, we're all in this together, and hopefully this will change very soon.
Thank you, Valerie. Good to see you. Alex.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So good morning, everyone. I'm Alex with the City of Chino here. I've just been fortunate enough to, keep really busy during these times, staying up to date on information. So we're kind of just working as the middleman between the information and the community as a whole, trying to inform ourselves really well on our end so we can go ahead and inform the public as well. Pretty much everything is being done business as usual at the City of Chino. If you guys have any questions of what we have to offer, we do have a website as well. Please visit that. We have one for the business resource page and then one for COVID-19 and what that means as a city. And what that means to the city as a whole. Other than that, I hope everyone's taking care. I truly miss seeing you guys every Wednesday morning, and hope to see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Alex. John. John, are you there? John Edgar going once, going twice. All right. We have a number 909-816-3062. You want to know who that is?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. Well, this is John Edgar with State Farm. We are still open for business. I wouldn't say it hasn't been that bad. One of the things that it's been for our businesses is given to me the opportunity to have those deeper relationships with our customers, which is what our goal is. Those that wouldn't call in the past or wouldn't accept our calls because of certain situations, they're now reevaluating things like I've heard some of you on the phone talk about. So one of the things we're trying to do is really reach out to each one of our customers, find out how they're doing, those that may be possibly more impacted by this situation, and find out what's important to them. And maybe it's just a matter of just having a conversation. Some people are just locked in their homes and not able to communicate with other folks, or don't have anybody around. I have a lot of customers that are up in age where now is the time when we call them and they appreciate the phone call. This has also given our office the opportunity to evaluate ways of working from home and to actually scale. We're looking at also expanding the business to Nevada and Arizona, which those are actually in the works. So I kind of believe that every time there's a situation like this, we should look at how we can grow. I think there is some of this is going to continue to be in place. I think technology is going to get better, and it's going to allow, at least our office, I know for sure, it's going to allow us to be able to scale at a level that won't impact us from I say, more money that has to be applied, I would say. So if any of you are want to talk about your policies you have with your current customers or anything like that, don't hesitate to give us a call. Like I said, we're open for business. Our office isn't open, but we're all working from home. I'll put the number here in the chat if anybody has any questions.
All right, thank you, John. Sunil, I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah, you did. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sunil. I'm a physician. I own Lani City Urgent Care in Chino, California. We are pretty busy still right now. The volume is not what it normally should have been, but we are doing a lot of virtual visits. We are a Corona COVID-19 testing site, so we're getting a lot of patients coming in wanting to be tested. They usually have to be screened prior to being tested. So a lot of patients are just calling saying, hey, we want to be tested, but unfortunately we can't test everybody at this current time. So we are doing the drive-through testing, and we're doing a lot of visits through virtual visits, telemedicine. And then we also some patients do come in who have abdominal pain, chest pains. We still see them as well. But the volume has been steady, knock on wood, not where it normally was. But we're doing okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Let's see. We have Carrie. Carrie, you there?
Hi, yes, I am. Good morning, Chamber. My name is Carrie Voorhees. I am an estate planning attorney with Voorhees and Retzlaff Law Group here in Chino. And we are very busy with our estate plans. It seems like everybody right now wants to do what they put on the back burner. The part of our business that's being most affected, obviously, is everything in court. We finally found the one place that has no clue how to operate without being in person, and that's the courts. They have all shut down completely except for emergencies, and even emergencies you can't get in. Not sure why or how, but it's heartbreaking for many of our clients that are trying to get conservatorships over their loved ones or probates because they have no idea when they're going to get their money now. So this is just more of a time you need a trust. All of my trust administrations are moving along, they're finishing. So we're most affected by the courts being closed. But if you guys need anything, give us a call. We're also helping people with the PPP loans and kind of information about that. So call us if you need anything. Thanks.
Thank you, Carrie. And then we have, again, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right, Sidex or Sidex. Is that person there? Going once, going twice, third times? Okay, our last announcement, we'll try Kevin and Rose again. Kevin and Rose, you want to give us a brief synopsis?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. All righty, great. Well, our business is going high and low. It just depends on the day because most people think that we're closed. We can service because at first we could not get flowers. So now we have been able to get our source for flowers. And we are available for delivery, and that's safe delivery with masks and with gloves on, and we sterilize all of our containers. Yesterday we only had 2 deliveries. So, and the day before we had 4. So it's definitely not the way that it was. All events, of course, the big events have been postponed or canceled. And we're just taking it one day at a time.
Okay.
But yes, we're here to do flowers for whoever wants them.
Thank you, Rose and Kevin. We had a late arrival as well. Michael, are you there?
Everybody.
Hey, Michael.
Everybody's on mute. So thanks for having me this morning. We're still operating. We were able to switch the business over to a full video platform, and it's worked really well. We got a little lucky by jumping on this really, really early, and making all our studio locations make the transition. We've seen about a 15% reduction in business. I anticipate probably about the same again coming into the next month. But at the same time, we're also looking at pretty innovative ways to stay on top and in front of everything. I don't think we're going to see an opportunity like this, so to say, where all of the world's musicians are sitting at home looking for something to do. And we're talking to A-list guys, so we're having some pretty good conversations with some pretty great people right now that we're trying to set up and make available to all of our customers. So, my goal right now, 100% is to stay in front of this and to come out of this on the other side even better than when we went into it. And that's our plan. And I feel like we're going to pull that off. So.
Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, that covers the 30-second commercial side of it. I think I got everybody, so thank you guys for giving those. My presentation has been cut a lot shorter because we had a lot of long-winded presentations this morning, but that's totally fine. I am going to share my screen real quick just to show you what we plan on talking about. So like I said, I'm going to abbreviate what I had planned to talk about, but I want to show you what we are going to cover today. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it's how the Chamber can help your business during this coronavirus. Obviously, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of drastic changes, and what I want to walk you through is some of the things that we are doing for you, and also some things that you can take advantage of that you might not know you can take advantage of. So that's the purpose of what we're going to be covering today. So here's kind of all of those things that I have as a list of the stuff that we plan on covering, which is, let me check the chat. I got somebody chatting me. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's make sure that, so these are the things that I'll be covering. We'll be talking about education. We'll be talking about legislative advocacy, how you can promote your business if your business is still in operation right now, how to give recommendations and referrals, how to use this as a time to help secure recommendations and referrals and using the Chamber to do so. We have several resources that we've compiled for you, so I want to make sure that you're all aware of those. We are putting on together an entrepreneur program, so I want to encourage you to get involved in that. It's a great way to support entrepreneurship here in the Chino Valley, so I'd love to get your support on that and just talk to you about what it is and how it's going. And then also through this, I know a lot of businesses are facing challenges. A lot of employees are getting laid off, and there's a lot of uncertainty about what's happening. But there are a lot of people that are hiring in our community. Amazon sent out I think it was Amazon. I can't remember if it was Amazon or Walmart, but they contacted us and said they're hiring 7,000 folks here in our area. There's a couple of other manufacturing companies manufacture goods. So there's like a popsicle making company. They are hiring a good amount of folks. And so we're having a lot of people contacting Chamber about getting hired. So that's the stuff that I want us to go over. So with that, I'm going to remove the stop sharing feature, and I'm just going to talk to you guys through this. I might try to show you all of the stuff that we have that we're going through on our presentation. Actually, let me check one thing real quick. Sorry. I want to make sure that it's coming across the way that it's supposed to. Okay, so here is the stuff that we're gonna give me 1 second. All right. So when it comes to education, here's the opportunities that we have that are available for you currently. Is every Wednesday, you guys are here, so you guys know this, but if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on another platform on YouTube when you put it out later, every Wednesday we have a speaker that's coming in, and the goal of this speaker is to educate business owners on how to be more successful in their business. So from 7:45 to 9 every Wednesday, we have that. We also have the introductions like you saw this morning, and an opportunity to give referrals at the end, recommendations and referrals at the end. We just started doing a Chino Valley Leaders webinar every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9:30. So this gives us an opportunity to reach out. So we've had U.S. congressmen on there. We've had our county supervisor. We've had all of our assembly members that represent Chino and Chino Hills. We've had all of our state senators that have been representing Chino and Chino Hills. So we're having all of these elected officials that are there. We're also getting updates from people in the health industry, people in from our educational side of things, people from the water, people from our utilities. So they're giving all these updates about the things that they are doing to help businesses during the coronavirus pandemic. So it's a great resource. I encourage you to watch those or share those afterwards. We're posting all of these videos on Facebook and YouTube. So they are going up on both of those, and we're trying to share them on all of our social channels and send them out through emails. So if you're not on your emails, make sure you get into those. Another thing that we're trying to do a better job at is there is a lot of local organizations that are providing free business training. So we're trying to make sure that those are all available. So Alex does a great job of updating us on those. We've taken that content, we're posting it on our website saying, here are some free business trainings for you. So Jim mentioned this is a great opportunity to educate yourself on how to build a better business. So there's resources that are available to you on our chamber website. We put up a separate page that's talking about free trainings in our area. So you want to check those out. We try to update you on everything that's happening through our regular email updates and through our social media postings. And so we try to stay active on that. So daily, we're sending out an email updating our members as to what is happening with the coronavirus and what are some resources that are available to you. I'm going to talk a little bit about those later on. The next thing is the federal and states. So we also have a legislative advocacy component to the chamber. So one of the things we've been very active in since this started is trying to make sure that we have funds that are allotted to small business as much as possible. So when we're talking about those PPP loans or those federal programs, we're talking directly with our U.S. Congress folks to encourage them to make sure that they are passing those things that they're going through. And so you're seeing, in particular, Congressman Cisneros has been really active in communicating with us on that front. He's been a big advocate for business. And so he's taking the information that we are giving him, and he's using that to tell a story of why we need to get funding for this program. And so it's a huge benefit when we get a chance to hear from our businesses, what challenges, what struggles they're facing. We use that information directly to make sure that our legislators know that this is impacting businesses and this is the support they need, and they're doing it. And I've actively seen it on the phone calls where we've brought up an issue with the congressman, and he says, okay, I'll take care of that. And then he immediately sends a press release out to everybody else saying, hey, this is why we need to get that funding. So I've seen that work, not just from me personally, but other people that are pro advocates of business as well. So we are working with our federal agencies, state agencies, county agencies. We're also working with the cities. So I'm trying to keep our cities updated on the things that are coming across my plate that are how cities can get involved in this. And so we've got some exciting things coming out in the near future. I can't share too much about it, but from communication with our cities that has been developed as a result of us talking to our cities about our efforts to support businesses here in Chino. So it's important. One of the things that I would encourage all of you to do, we put out a business survey for all of our businesses to fill out, just asking how they're being affected by the coronavirus. We've had over 90 responses to that business survey, and that's the information I'm using to share. So what I would appreciate if you could encourage other businesses, if you know of a business that's really facing some challenges, tell them to email me just so I can share that story. And one of the things that we've had a lot of businesses that have contacted the chamber, I'm connecting them directly with somebody who can help them. So I know at the beginning of this call, we're talking about people, I applied for these loans, I applied for this. I'm not getting any kind of feedback on it. That's when you should email me, because I can make sure that I can put you in touch with somebody who can get you that answer of where is this stuff coming from, or why haven't I received my PPP loan yet, or why haven't I received the idle phone yet. They will at least give you the information as to why you haven't, so that you're not left in the dark. And on top of that, they're also going to work for you to try and solve that issue. So don't be shy. Reach out to us. We do have the ability to connect you with folks who can make sure that they can answer your questions. I also want to let you guys know that as a chamber, we're on the Inland Empire Chamber Alliance. The Inland Empire Chamber Alliance is a group of all of us chamber executives in the Inland Empire. Our chamber is also involved in Cal Chamber, which is a representative of all the California chambers, and we're also a representative or a member of the U.S. Chamber. So these agencies are all advocating on behalf of the area. If you've been to our Chino Valley leaders, we've had representation from Cal Chamber, from the U.S. Chamber, from the Inland Empire Chamber Alliance, from the Inland Empire Economic Partnership. And so all of these groups that are all advocates for business, we're working with them to try and help support and be pro-business. So all of those legislations coming down that could be impacting your business in a negative way, we're trying to oppose that for you. The things that are coming in that are really supportive of business, especially right now, those are the things we're trying to make sure we're getting as much funding as possible. And for our Chino Valley businesses, it's extremely important that we take advantage of those opportunities to make sure that we're competitive in this when we come out of this. So on that front, we're also involved in economic recovery. So when we do come out of this, there's an opportunity for us to be involved in the economic recovery in our region, and there is going to be programs and assistance. That's how do we get out of this when things go back to, it's not going to go back to normal, but when things go back to some semblance of normal. So that's the stuff that we're currently working on the legislative side of things, and that's extremely important for the businesses in our area to help make sure that we keep as much of those businesses in business as possible. We're also working, here's another thing I haven't asked for you guys, is we're also working on a legislative agenda. What that means is we're looking at what the chamber, so we've never really been involved in this prior to me coming, at least not to my knowledge, prior to me coming on board in a significant way. We're looking to start doing that much more proactively now. So as a group, we've come up with a legislative agenda. What I'm hoping I can get is I can get CEOs, presidents, owners of businesses to be a part of this task force to help us decide what our legislative agenda looks like. So what are we going to support? What are we going to oppose? And by putting that agenda in place, we have a very clear platform on what the chamber is designed to do, how we're supposed to support businesses, and it's clear for everyone. So if you know of any businesses, CEOs, presidents that would like to participate in that process, please email me and we can make that happen. Next, I'm going to move on to the promotion side of things. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen so you can see that. Okay, so on the promotion side of things, we're here to support and promote your business. And so there's a lot of things that you can take advantage of, which I want to make sure you're aware of when we're doing this. Number one is you can send out email blasts through our system. So on a regular basis, you have the opportunity to send out email blasts through the chamber software. You just send it to us. We'll put it out. We sent our most recent update out yesterday. So it has all of the updates from businesses in our area to say, here's all the things that these businesses want you to know about what's happening. So you have that ability. So you can do that 4 times a year as a member. We have one thing that we're starting right now. I know Michael signed up for this, and Josh, I think, signed up for this, is I sent out an email to all of our members that said, we're going to look to start doing some video promotion. It's going to be like a Zoom interview. So I'll be interviewing businesses about, and the types of businesses, the types of interviews I'll be conducting, we'll be talking about how is your business handling COVID-19, or how are you being affected by the coronavirus? It could be about community support, like how are you actively supporting the community, whether it be coronavirus or non-coronavirus. It will be a recommendation for the chamber. So somebody who has experienced substantial benefit from being a member of the chamber, I'd love to tell that story through an interview. So if you feel like your business has been positively impacted, shoot me an email. We can video you on that. If you have something substantial that you can educate business owners on how to build a better business, that's also something we'll be doing interviews on. And then I also want to highlight those successful businesses in town about how they built their business. So Michael is a perfect example. He came and gave a presentation many months ago about how he built his business, Rockstars of Tomorrow, and that was one of our best ones. And so if you have a story like that, you have a successful business, we'd love to video interview you and tell that story via video and share that with our audience. So that's the type of things we're doing from a video content perspective. I see that we have some chats coming in, but I'm going to try to go through this because I want to end this quicker than not. Social media postings. I need to go back to this. How many of you, let me stop sharing my screen again so I can see your faces. How many of you have used Instagram? Raise your hand if you have an Instagram account. Okay, so that's a good amount. So that's perfect. One of the things that I want to encourage you to do, this makes it really easy for us, is if you email us, if you tag us. And so when you're tagging somebody, you're using the @ symbol, you're saying tag @ Chino Valley Chamber. If you tag us on Instagram, it's very easy for me to share your posts through the stories feature. One of the things I need to be careful of is not sending out too much promotional stuff on our social media pages through the general post section for a variety of reasons, which I won't get into because it'll take too long. But if you tag us, I will make sure that we share it to the stories feature. So if you're ever posting anything that's promoting your business, promoting the work you're doing, anything like that, please tag the chamber and I'll help expand your reach. So I'll make sure that that post gets seen by more people if you tag us. And so that's a benefit of membership. So I'm only doing that for members. So if you are a member of the Chamber of Commerce, you tag us. I'm going to make sure that I share it. If for some reason you realize that you're tagging us and it's not getting out like you thought it would, just send me a message because I might miss it. So feel free to shoot me a message, but we will amplify your message and share it on social media. Also, if you're sending out emails and you're sending us a flyer, I've instructed Liz to start posting those on our Instagram stories as well. So whenever you send a flyer to send out an email, she will also post that to our Instagram stories, which also goes to our Facebook stories. So you're getting exposure on Instagram and Facebook when you send us that stuff. We do have our Chairman's Circle to get you involved in. We also have our Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce app. So that's things that are available to you as well. One of the things that I feel like we have a good opportunity that we definitely should take advantage of right now is our recommendations and referrals. At every meeting that we have for Business Breakfast, I've tried to give an assignment to our members. And the assignment is normally at the end of our presentations, we have an opportunity for the last 10 minutes to go over kudos. Who wants to give kudos? Who wants to talk about somebody they've done business with and give them a recommendation? So we do that there, but it would be much more beneficial. It's beneficial to do it there, but it'd be much more beneficial to do it online because not only is everybody here seeing it, but also all of their contacts, all of your contacts, and all future people who come to visit that business are going to see those positive reviews and recommendations. So there's lots of different places you can do this. We've already done one on LinkedIn. We've already done one on Yelp. This week, I would like to ask you to do one on Google. So find a business that you really appreciate, go to Google, and then make sure you leave them a review or recommendation. Do me a favor and just in the chat box type, yes, I agree to do that. If you agree to go in, find a business that you've done business with through the chamber and write them a positive review or recommendation on Google. And I promise you that they will appreciate that greatly. We've also put together some resources for you. We have the coronavirus update page. We're updating that on a daily basis. Here's all the stuff that we're getting on the newest, latest stuff that's happening when it comes to coronavirus and how you can get funding for it, or how you can get funding for it. That's probably the biggest thing that we're doing to help businesses right now is there's a whole bunch of organizations that are offering funding opportunities. So as soon as I get those, I'm making sure to share that with you. The City of Chino Hills put together a great report for us that we shared last week about here's all these funding opportunities that a lot of people didn't know about. We sent one out from U.S. Chamber offering $5,000 last week, although I heard they ran out immediately, that there was 15,000 applicants in the first hour. So that was just crazy how much of a need there is. There was Facebook. I'm going to be sending out an email later today about Facebook that is offering their own government business assistance program. So stay in loop on our emails because there's lots of grant opportunities for those businesses that are facing challenges. And we're trying to make sure that you guys have the information on that when you can. There's the federal loan programs. There's programs by independent businesses. So like I said, we're going to try to keep you up to date on all of those. We put together a Chino Valley takeout and delivery options page, which is on the home page of our website. We also created a group. We created this group on Friday, and by yesterday, we had over 300 members of this group. This is the idea behind this is share your experiences as you're using takeout and delivery services in our group. Let people know what places are offering takeout and delivery. Share what practices they're using to keep clean and healthy. So you can feel safe when you go order food from those places. Those are the types of things that you should be posting in that group. So it's called Chino Valley Takeout Delivery Options amid COVID-19. And then we also put together a page on our website called Chino Valley Businesses Still in Operation. The last thing I guess there's two more things I want to go over, is the Chino Valley Pitch Competition. So this is something that we've had funding for set aside for a while. I am going to share the flyer real quick. So this is the flyer for the events. It's a pitch competition for students in the Chino Valley Unified School District. We've had this money allotted. We thought, and we were planning on doing a big event in person. We can't do that anymore, so we decided to move it to a virtual event. A lot of these students in Chino Valley Unified are going without things that, they have no extracurricular activities. They have nothing to do outside of their schoolwork, and the schoolwork has drastically changed. And we had a teacher come on and talk to our Chino Valley Leaders webinar yesterday. It's very difficult to do any kind of normalized instruction in those settings. So we're hoping that students will take advantage of this opportunity, share their entrepreneurial ideas. One of the other ways we want to support our community, not just now, but in the future, is we want to promote the Chamber wants to promote entrepreneurism in the Chino Valley. And there really isn't any programs that I'm aware of that's promoting that in that capacity. And so we really want to do our best to do this. The funding that comes from this is going to be supporting students in our area to promote entrepreneurship and help get them involved and connected with local businesses. We've done a great job of connecting students with job shadowing programs and other type of opportunities. And so that's something that I want to encourage you to promote. We have it on our Facebook page. We have it on our Instagram page. I will be sending out emails regularly about it. So if you guys can help me spread the word about this, because this is something that I feel like would be a great benefit for everyone in our community. And we have $5,000 set aside as prizes for those people that do enter and do have a compelling pitch. So I hope you guys will help me in terms of promoting that and getting involved. We're looking for sponsors or people who are willing to offer grants to students. We're looking for judges, people who want to be judges on the panel of judges who are judging these pitch competitions. And we also need people to help in our committee. So if you're interested in supporting and helping, shoot me an email and let me know. And then lastly, I just want to talk one more time about the job opportunities. So we're really trying to keep our tabs on any kind of job opportunities that are coming out here for maybe employees that have been laid off, maybe you have friends or family in our area. We're trying to keep up to date. If anything comes across our desk that's saying, hey, here's job opportunities, we're going to make sure that we put that out for you as well. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I had more interactive things that I had planned, but this is perfect. So with that, I want to thank you. Thank you guys for being a part of Chamber. Thank you for coming to our Wednesday Business at Breakfast. Thank you for sharing your insights on how your business has been impacted. But now I want to open it up. So this is the review and recommendation side of things. So if you want to give kudos to somebody, now is your chance to do that. Does anybody wants to recommend someone? All right, Deanna.
Hi, I wanted to thank Carrie. I think it was last week, Carrie was on as a guest speaker on estate planning. Love that it was available for me to share via Messenger. Some friends that I've been trying to get to Carrie, they live a distance. I was able to share the video, the chamber meeting, and they were able to see Carrie, and they're going to reach out to you, Carrie, to schedule some time. So that's awesome.
Can I go?
Thank you, Deanna. Yeah, Carrie, go.
And Deanna, they did actually. They're coming Sunday afternoon. So thank you so much. They have a really busy schedule, so I'm going to come in and accommodate them on a Sunday. I do that sometimes. It's not a habit, but I do because I understand people need to get it done. So thank you so much for that referral, by the way. I appreciate it.
Perfect. Rachel.
Hi, I wanted to thank Michael and the cast and crew of Rockstars. As you know, kids are isolated, so my daughter has been enjoying her weekly classes, and it's just keeping her sane, and it's her therapy and her comfort at this time. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. That means everything.
Perfect. Ann. You're on mute, Ann. Try it again. I unmuted you. Go ahead. And try to unmute yourself again.
Oh, sorry. I think I
Yep.
pressed it after you did. Carrie, I thank you so much for your presentation last week. I discussed it at length with my husband, and we will be reaching out very soon to get our trust done.
All right. Anybody
you.
else?
Mhm.
Jim Maloney.
Thank you, Zeb. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's actually not on the call today, but you all know Vince Bonamere. He referred me to a very nice young man that is looking to possibly change careers. So I've had a few kind of Zoom meetings with him and phone calls, and we're looking to see if we can get him started. So I know he's not on the call, but I just wanted to thank Vince for that.
Thank you. We also have a question for Michael. Michael, you there? Where are you at, Michael?
I'm right here, just unmuting myself. Yeah, I just saw that right now. And I was just responding. So for music lessons, I see a question right there, if that's what you're referring to.
No, we're looking at your background. Where are you at?
Oh, where am I?
Yeah.
We moved probably about last summer to Huntington Beach in hopes of expanding the business out here. So now we're out here. We sold the house and moved out here to get the opportunity to be close to the next round. So it's just a big giant moving machine right now. So it's beautiful out today. It's really, really nice.
Cool. Thank you, Michael. Anybody else have any last? Kavita.
I want to thank Carrie. It's like Carrie's day. I want to thank, actually, I got in touch with her partner, Holly, last week, and she went through and explained and answered all my millions of questions regarding estate planning. So I'm taking the time to do the things that I normally don't get a chance to do. And Carrie, you and your partner have been very helpful in answering all of those questions. So I'm really excited about working with you guys. Holly sent me a whole worksheet so that I can kind of organize my thoughts. So again, thank you so much for helping me work on this.
Thank you. Thank you. And Holly's awesome. So thank you.
Jim.
So I just want to thank you, Zeb. I think you're providing excellent leadership in the community and helping to keep us all together. Every one of you, this small business community is the backbone of this region, and hang in there. I know times are tough right now, but thank you most of all, Zeb, for keeping us together with all these meetings.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Anybody else? All right. Well, let me do a couple of shout outs real quick. If you're an ambassador with the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, do me a favor and raise your hand. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being an ambassador of the chamber. So even right now, our ambassadors, we're still meeting on a monthly basis. We're talking about how we can assist and support businesses. Our ambassador team has been fantastic. One of the things we've asked is to outreach to businesses to talk to them. We have a very limited staff at the chamber, so we can't. It's impossible to call all 400 members and keep them in the loop on everything when we can. So our ambassador team has been extremely helpful in terms of outreach to our businesses, calling up members, participating in that pitch competition program. So they've been going above and beyond when this is on to try and assist our business community. So I really want to thank our ambassadors for going out and making those phone calls and helping us. I think the most important thing for me right now is just to be educated from our businesses about what challenges and struggles they're facing. So if you're in contact with businesses that are in the Chino Valley that do have those issues, send them my way because like I mentioned before, if I can't help them, I know somebody who does. And so we can make sure that we can help as many businesses as possible. So you don't have to feel like you have to go this alone. This is an opportunity for the chamber to help support you or your friends. So don't be shy in sending them our way. I also want to thank our board members. We had a board meeting, on Monday. And so Jim from Dog Park for Chino Hills Nonprofit as a board member. Thank you, Jim. Kavita Bhatia from KB Real Estate. Thank you, Kavita. So thank you guys I think that's all of our board members for today. Thank you guys for coming today. We are free to mingle and network afterwards. You guys have done a great job using the chat feature. Just a reminder, go on to Google, leave a rating and review for what business that you've done within the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. And let in the review, let them know that you've been communicating with them through the chamber. What I'm hoping that we can do is use this as a time to really spread that good word online. One of the things that I've always felt is important, and one of the things I try to encourage all of us to do is to link to each other online and promote each other as much as possible in the Chino Valley, because what will happen is that we'll have business coming from outside entities because they'll see all the great reviews and recommendations of the work that people in the Chino Valley are doing, and that's going to make their purchasing decision be more likely to be with us here in our region than somewhere else. And so the more we can promote each other online, the better off we're all going to be for it. So I hope you guys use this as a time to do that. Plus, it's a great way to build rapport and connections with people that you would do business with anyways. So thank you guys again for participating. This is going to be open up, so feel free to unmute yourselves and do chats. I did set it up so that we can go into breakout rooms. I've never done it yet, but if somebody wants to try and use the breakout room feature, I can try to set that up so that you can use those too. So thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. See you later.
Zeb, hey, Jim Gallagher, you still there?
Everybody have a great week.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch base too on what Zeb mentioned about taking the opportunity to leave positive reviews on chamber businesses on any of the sites. We're all sitting at home armed with our computers, and it's such a valuable tool. And those positive reviews have a massive, massive impact on what other people think of your business. So if you could just spend 20 minutes just going and helping businesses out. I mean, that's probably the strongest currency that you have right now, that you can go out and do that. And I highly, highly recommend it. I just can't give a more bigger thumbs up for that comment, because that's a big thing to do right now. So thanks for bringing that up, Zeb.
Great, and you're welcome, and I totally agree. So I hope we all do that, and keep us in the loop when you do. That's something we can share in these meetings. Say, hey, so-and-so left a great review of me on this place, so-and-so left a great review of me on that place, and that's going to make sure that we all as a group do that more often.
Every time we get a positive review, I make sure to share that review on our social media sites and let the world know that somebody said something positive. And what I found is when you do that, other people go, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. I didn't think of that. And then they start doing, you create a snowball by doing it. And it's people love it. They love to do that. People find it very easy to leave a review if the food wasn't good or if you were late or something like that. And it's so easy to pull something out and leave something negative. But the positive reviews are the ones that take a little bit more work. And so I find that if you can take the time to do that and start helping businesses with that, you're doing such a service, such a service.
Excellent point.
Thanks, Jim.
I have a question about those Google reviews. I know how to do it on Yelp, but where are you going on Google to do a review?
Just type in the business. So if you type in the business name, it will come up and you'll see like a little star pattern. Not all businesses have it though, so it might not be, the business might not just have it. So if you don't see those little stars, it should show up very near the top of your Google search. And if you see those star features, that's where you would leave that review.
Got it. Thank you.
And what I'll do is I'll pull it up just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll pull up Rockstars of Tomorrow as an example.
Yeah, thank you. I realized as you all were talking that I really didn't know what I was looking for.
Yeah, it has such a big impact. Constantly trying to think of ways to help businesses, small businesses a lot. And reviews are such a big part of it, and also finding a ways to run a campaign at your business to invite people to gift certificates or to buy a service from you for a longer length of time, a slight discount where they can use it later in time. So it just helps with capital flow. So those kind of ideas make a really big difference.
Yeah, everybody can see my screen, right?
Heck yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we type in the name of the business, Rockstars of Tomorrow. The first thing that shows up is their website. If you scroll down, it shows their map of their locations. And then right below that, you see the star rating. Here's the stars. So they've got 5 stars, 33
Good stuff.
reviews, and so
Wow.
you click on that and leave it there. In some cases, so this one's through Yelp. This one's through Facebook. Sometimes they'll have one that'll pop up for Google. At least they used to. I don't know. Maybe they don't do that anymore. But they also will have one that shows up for Google too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you just click on like a location. You can do that.
Okay, click on the location. Yeah.
One of the things you can do
a sample
that is we'll go gather all those
Yeah,
links and
Yep.
put those in our posts and make it easy on people. So all they have to do is click and then go straight to the review.
Yeah. So if you click on his location, so you say the one in Chino Hills, and you scroll down, and it's the write a review section right here, and you write the reviews there. But if you leave a review in any of those spots, you're gonna be doing good things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Close the chat so I can see how they're doing.
Yeah, for using that. So just try to make things as easy as possible for people. Just take away every possible barrier. So find the links, put them at the bottom. You know, you got your address or your signature at the bottom of your email. You could leave all kinds of great messages down there when you're sending out emails all day. Help us during this time. Leave a great review, and then put the links to your review sites right there. People will log on when they get your emails and just start doing it. It really, those kind of things make it simple for people.
Yeah, and don't be shy leaving reviews for the chamber either.
Reminder, Zeb.
Yeah, I'm gonna just so you guys know, I'm gonna stop the live stream right now. So it's still gonna be going on. It's just we're gonna cancel the Facebook side of things, so you can feel free to.
Okay.
Really.